Shalom. First of all, I'd like to start by giving all praises and glory due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and salutations to the Archim doing this work in sincerity and in truth around the four corners, pushing this truth out in sincerity, man. Alright, once again, another quick video on the article as you now see it. This article is entitled, Hatred Must Be Really Strong to Insult the Dead. Once again, hatred must be really strong to insult the dead. Second Jewish cemetery vandalized in a month in Slovakia. So what this title is actually showing you is by Esau's own mouth, or the article, as the article narrative is that insulting the dead demonstrates or examples how deep one's hatred is, especially towards the so-called Jewish community, the people that identify themselves as Israelis. Well, I find this to be hypocrisy according to the scriptures and what the truth of the gospel says, man, in regards to the same likewise criticism of this vandalization and highlighting their hatred. Likewise, in the scriptures, we can prove that these same people are the same people that done exactly the same thing. Okay, by their own admittance, hatred must be really strong to insult the dead. So let's go into this, man. All right, and you can read the whole article for yourself, but the point has been made. So from here, let's go to bear with me one moment. All right, here we go. Let's go to Proverbs. Where is it? 11 and 9. It says, "An hypocrite with his mouth destroyeth his neighbor, but through knowledge shall the just be delivered." So let's look at the knowledge that we stand by, and let's identify this hypocrite that speaks. From here, let's go to 2nd Esdras, the 15th chapter, and straight to the point in the 53rd verse. "If thou hadst not always slain my chosen," who are the Lord's chosen? The Israelites, okay? You Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, all right? You so-called West Indians, so-called African Americans, etc. Okay? It says, "Exalting the stroke of thine hands." Who exalted the stroke of their hands? Well, we know evidently so. It was the so-called white man and the rest of the nations, headed by the so-called white man, namely the top banking families and these elites, which happen to be so-called Israelis, all right, biblically known as Amalekites. Okay, that's their true nationality. Basically they're Amalekites, all right? That's their tribe, all right? But really, they're Edomites. Now, they funded what's known as the transatlantic slave trade, and they participated in the captivity of the chosen, the murder, all right, and all the rest that goes with it. "Exalt in the stroke of thine hands." They whipped us, beat us, and pretty much expressed every single desire in wickedness against us, every form of evil, saying over their dead. Here's the key point, saying over their dead, "When thou wast drunken, set forth the beauty of thy countenance." All right? Where is your honor now? Where is the favor, all right, that you had, all right, to bring shame upon the people on the Lord's chosen? All right. So at the end of the day, when you look back at this article that we just read, which is titled "Hatred Must Be Really Strong to Insult the Dead," well, we just saw that as an example that the same people who murdered millions is using an example of a graveyard being vandalized versus the captivity of a whole race of people. So we can now measure how great, according to their words, a hatred they had for you Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, okay, by their own admission, because of the insult to the dead. So there you have it, man. Now, that's why we always sift things through the scriptures, man, because it's the truth. We know that Esau was the one that exalted the stroke of his hands. We know he's the one that always pursued the Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, which are the Lord's chosen, the stock of Israel. And saying over there dead, when thou was drunken, set forth. Yeah, so when you was in authority and your power, and you was able to exalt your blessing, which is the sword, which is death and destruction, you mocked us, man. He said, set forth the beauty of thy countenance. All right? Not only are you Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans outwardly more better looking than Esau, as it is said, Jacob is a smooth man. All right? But the point I'm making is inwardly, all right? Inwardly, we are special, honorable, and have much value as a people to the Lord, all right? As his chosen people. When you go to Deuteronomy 7 and 6, it says we're a special people above all. And that just demonstrates the jealousy and the hatred that Esau had for Israel. True Israel. All right? Which are you Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and so forth. Now from here, let's go to not second Esdras. In fact, let's continue on from here. Let's go to Salakia, brothers. Let's go back to here. Verse 55, it says, the reward of thy whoredom shall be in thy bosom. So Esau's going to get that payback, man, that reward for doing wickedness. Therefore shalt thou receive recompense. Like as thou hast done unto my chosen, saith the Lord, even so shall God do unto thee, and shall deliver thee into mischief. So Esau's going to be delivered into mischief, man. And all the things and the crimes that Esau has committed, you know, and to add insult, try and justify himself and condemn others with his hypocrisy, the Lord has said that you will receive recompense for that. And that's in line with Revelations 13 and 10. All right, the patience and the faith of the saints. So Esau, you ain't going to get away with this out in out in the open, man, and everyone can see those that men of the Lord whose eyes are open. We can see your hypocrisy, and you're proving who you are every time you speak, man. Now from here, let's go to Deuteronomy 28. Where are we? Deuteronomy 28, verse 50. Because this is going into the curses which were placed upon our people. The Heavenly Father said, one of our punishments, Deuteronomy 28 and 50, a nation of fierce countenance shall not regard the person of the old, nor shew favor to the young. Right? So not only did you add insult after we were dead, you also took advantage of the living. And it said a people of fierce countenance. Let's look at fierce. Mighty. All right, strong. All right, so you exalted that authority that you had to take advantage of us during our time of our punishment and the time of our calamity. Now from here, I'll just do it this way, it's quicker. So like I said, man, Esau's got a lot to pay for. Deuteronomy 28 and 50, that's where we were. A nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the persons of old, nor shew favor to the young. And this is one of the curses that it was prophesied that, these so-called Israelis, etc., were going to be that same fierce nation, these Edomites, to put us in subjection via hatred. Now, this is just showing you that these people that pretend and have this, perpetuated this innocent image around the four corners of the world, they are guilty as hell. And through the scriptures and the truth, we're proving them to be the devil. Right, which the word devil goes back to the word diablos, which means deceiver. And it's a deception to present yourself as innocent when the scriptures prove you to be the opposite, guilty. All right? And the Lord requires a punishment and justice upon the same people who claim that they're victims by this article. So from here, let's go to Genesis, the 4th chapter, to further evidence that not only from the transatlantic slave trade, but going further back to the beginning, which you Edomites, your earlier progeny, or your beginnings, go back to Cain, all right? In Genesis, the 4th chapter. So let's go to the 6th verse. It says, and the Lord said unto Cain, this is when they was both had to make their own sacrifices, and Esau's sacrifice was folly. All right, it was not honorable. Anyway, it says, and the Lord said unto Cain, why art thou wroth? And why is thy countenance fallen? All right, because he had nothing but he was upset, man. Hatred and shame. All right, jealousy. If thou doest well, shalt thou not be accepted? And if thou doest not well, sin lieth at the door. See, the Lord just corrected him, man. Simply gave him a correction, a rebuke. Just said, man, fix your face, so to speak. Yeah? If you do the right thing, you'll have reward. So you see, and his brother had reward, he became jealous, man. And he expressed hatred. And unto thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt rule over him. And Cain talked with Abel his brother, and it came to pass, when they were in the field, that Cain rose up against Abel his brother, and slew him. You see? Is that not hatred? And this is your root. Esau going all the way back to Cain, you've always been the devil that the Bible speaks of, man. And the scriptures call you in Revelations, the 2nd chapter, the chief house of Satan, man. So it's been proven that you people are being deceptive. You people calling yourself the children of God, Israelis, and so forth. Well, the Bible condemns you, man. And through the scriptures and the power of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai have demonstrated the hypocrisy of you Edomites, man. So anyway, with that, until the next video, I'm going to say shalom.